Are you surprised by this 50 basis point move, and what will it ultimately mean for inflation and the economic indicators moving forward?
Well, I was surprised by the 50 basis point move because I thought, they would see the economy as a pretty solid place right now and maybe just start with a 25 basis point. But I was not surprised by the rest of the path that they have actually projected. That's about 200 basis point rate easing by the end of 2025, which makes sense to us. We've heard from them before that they don't want any more loosening of the labor market. And I think today's rate cut is a strong commitment to that. They don't want to get behind the curve here, and they want to stick that soft landing as they have planned for a long time.
And just unpacking some of the commentary from Chair Powell overnight, the Fed now sees two more 25 basis point rate cuts this year. Chair Powell also saying he has greater confidence that inflation is moving to 2%. So what are your expectations for future rate cuts within this easing cycle, and what's the biggest risk right now?
Well, we are expecting somewhere close to 200 basis points as well by the end of 2025. But I think there is some uncertainty here related to how this path is going to look like, maybe perhaps by the middle of next year, because there is a big unknown factor called the neutral rate, right? The so-called unobservable longer-term neutral, where the Fed wants to get to, and we don't know where that exactly is. So I have a feeling that by the time second quarter rolls on next year, it's going to be more feeling as you go, and you might actually not have this straight line path to 3.4% that the Fed has projected right now.
I think what we've also seen overnight relating to the outlook is some dissent within the Fed as well. What did you make of Michelle Bowman's vote, and what does it tell us about how the Fed is thinking about the overall economic trajectory moving forward? It doesn't seem like this was a clear-cut decision on the board.
No, definitely not a clear-cut decision, especially when you look at the dot plot. You can clearly see that there are almost half of them are on the camp where you might see another 25 basis point rate cut, while the other half is in another 50 basis point rate cut. And of course, Michelle Bowman was there. She maybe just wanted to get a 25 instead of a 50 basis cut out the gate. But having said that, I think Jay Powell has corralled the participants, the members, the voting committee rather well here. I think he is steering them at least towards just focusing on the employment mandate for the time being, especially with the inflation risks. All of those, the data coming out has been in the back burner at least the last few months.